Metro FM Sport.
Yeah, hi Chloe. It's a good performances back to back. So against India, you scored 49 and got out with victory in sight. Same is the case here. So do you like to finish the matches by yourself, then leave it to the rest of the team?
Yeah, I wish I could stay in for the last couple of runs and actually take the team over the line. But yeah, I've just been taking that responsibility and now coming in really early in the India game and today as well. Myself and Marizanne just spoke about taking it as deep as we could and just tick it over. We knew we had time on our hands and we knew we had Nadine in the back end, so we didn't want to bring it in too early. So we kind of went low risk and still kind of chipped away at the runs as much as we could. And I'm just happy we're still finding ways to get over the line.
Congrats, Chloe. First of all, just your thought on how difficult the pitch was. How did it compare to the India match? And the second question, what does these kind of wins, going till the end, do to the belief of the team as a whole? It's not easy. I mean, you're not making lives easy for yourselves, but you're getting over the line. What does it do to the team's belief?
It looked like the conditions were still the same. The pace bowlers were coming on really nicely, but we knew the spin was going to be a bit of a challenge. I think they were really smart to the way that they bowled. They tested us quite a bit, so we just knew we had to be patient. And like I said, just keep it as nice and simple and just tick it over as much as we could, and hopefully they can look for wickets and we can capitalize on overs. But yeah, it's just nice to still find ways to get over the line. I know it's been 2 tight games, but yeah, we're still finding ways to get over the line, which is really exciting for this team. We still got a long way in the competition, so we haven't played our perfect game yet, but yeah, we're slowly getting there.
Would you like an easy win next up?
Look, we like the challenge, we like the pressure, if you can say that. Nadine thrives off that. And you saw Mazbata class came in there and just made it look nice and easy as well. So yeah, it's you still want to be playing really good cricket, and coming down to that, it could go either way. So it's just about taking that responsibility for the team, and I'm just happy that we're finding ways still.
Hi Chloe, Vishal from Cricinfo. Congratulations first of all. I think you're playing an ODI series in India after really long, because last year you did not tour, I think, if I'm not wrong. So what was the experience like trying to assess the conditions quickly, because you went out to bat in pressure situations? In the game the other day, there was also a massive crowd obviously supporting the home team. So did it take a lot of time, or were you able to do it quickly?
I was still quite positive the way I wanted to go about it, and show really good intent. I think the other day with India, the crowd can play into it a lot, and you can kind of put pressure on yourself for no reason. So I think for me, it's just cutting all of that out and just sticking to my plans and what works best, but still trying to be really positive and just building really good partnerships. I feel like in a tournament like this, you want to be batting as long as you can and getting good partnerships. And once you get a really good partnership going, it can thrive off that, and then we got finishes at the back end that make it look nice and easy. But I think for me, just making sure that I'm taking the responsibility. I've been at my 3rd or 4th World Cup, so a lot of experience on that. But just knowing that the longer you bat, the easier it can get. So just grinding a little bit more in the beginning.
And how's your left leg? What's the issue, and is it getting any better?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's just something that's there. But yeah, I don't think too much about it, whether I'm batting or bowling. I think for me, it's just making sure that whether I got the ball or bat in hand, that I am doing the best that I can and putting up my hand for the team.
Thanks.
Hi, Chloe. Firstly, were you and the team surprised by Bangladesh's decision to bat first? And for the second consecutive game, it was a nail-biter. At the end of your bowling innings, the bowling and the fielding standards dropped a tad bit. Is there discussion going on that also?
Well, I figured that they were going to bat. I still think they wanted to put a good score on the board and get their bowlers to bowl at that. And I still think they batted really well. I think we were really good in the first 22 overs. We were really tight, and then I think we started looking for things. And then I kind of feel like we were just searching a lot more for wickets instead of just keeping it nice and tight and creating pressure. So, yeah, we let it go a little bit, which was unfortunate and something we can reflect on and hopefully rectify in the next game. But, we just learned from them on how they came in and just made it, they ticked it away and just created really good partnerships and kind of frustrated us a lot. And that's just what we learned from that. So it was just taking that from the first innings and applying it in the second innings.
Hi Chloe, congrats. Did you notice any
changes in the conditions from your previous game against India? And also, what did you make kind of the score Bangladesh got? Because at one point it looked like they might not even get 200 before, Sharna came in and played. So,
Yeah, I felt like the conditions were the same. We knew the second innings probably would skid on a lot more. And that's when their spinners were playing with their pace a lot more and, varied a lot, which they got a little bit tighter at a stage. But yeah, like I said, they just got really good partnership with their skipper there, and we knew we had to kind of break it, but I felt like we were searching a lot for wickets instead of just keeping it nice and tight. I still think we started really well with the ball, and I think we just got bored with that, and we just needed to create more pressure and just wait for that release shot or something like that. But yeah, I felt like we just were searching a lot more than we should have, but it's something we can change. I'm just happy we got off the line today, but we can go back to the drawing board. We got a big game against Sri Lanka in Colombo, and we know what they bring. So it's just about making sure that we just get a little bit more discipline in that aspect.
Just you mentioned there briefly going back to the drawing board and getting discipline better, but 93 runs I think in the last 10 against India, 83 today. That's something the team's probably discussing, I'm sure, how to get better at the death overs.
Yeah, definitely. We just not. I guess we just our plans. We've got really good plans. It's probably just not executing it as much. And yeah, it's just about making sure that we're just keeping it nice and simple. So yeah, it's just a plan that's not has been working. I just think for me, it's probably just execution. So just making sure that we can work on these things. We got a couple of days before the big game against Sri Lanka. So just making sure that we stick to the plan and hopefully it comes off.
How do you rate Sharna's innings? That might be the difference in the match.
Yeah, she came in really good intent. We knew we had to play with her pace, try and get under her bat as much as we could. And she has a beautiful swing. I've watched her over the years and just see the talent that she has. So we just knew that we didn't want to let her get away from us. And I felt like she did. I felt like we just could have got a better plan towards that. But she played a good innings, and I'll give that to her. And like I said, I felt like towards the end you still can chase a lot with the bat. So I think for us as a team also, when we're batting, just knowing that we can still chase that in the back end because we've got the batters to do it.
Thank you. Chloe, just a question from back home. We've seen a few nail biters throughout this World Cup, not only us but the other games as well. Do you feel like the teams, sort of top teams and bottom teams, are closer than ever?
Yeah, I feel like the gap is closing. I feel like the team that stays calm the longest will get over the line. But yeah, like every single game is important in this World Cup. You're not taking anything for granted. And I feel like Bangladesh came really hard at us today and put us in really tough situations. So I think for us, just making sure that we're still playing our brand of cricket. But yeah, I definitely feel like the gap is closing. And every single game has been exciting but a little bit nervous at sometimes, but I'm just happy that we're finding ways to get over the line. And it's just really exciting for the women's game to see how exciting the games are and how that gap is closing, and just seeing the young talent on stage, which is really awesome to see.